There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, I don't even know
Live,
if we
live,
have
live.
anyone on. Hang on a
There's
second.
six. There's six in chat.
Oh, yay! Awesome. Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Yep, we're here, Linda and me, and we're going to sit here map. And I had some computer issues. Oh, hello, Gaetano. Welcome.
Hello, Grenda Wolf.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello, Justinius and Dirty Dwarf, and wow, the whole gang is here
The
almost.
crew
Yeah,
is here.
that's
Awesome.
awesome. Yep. I've had a little
Let's
bit of
see.
computer issues. I had too much fat food, and I was out hiking and got dehydrated. So I've been kind of brain mush. But now I'm starting to come back again. When Linda and me started firing things up here, now I feel good. I'm going to sit here and work 2 hours
Like
in
me, you get a,
Photoshop.
a
Yep.
thing where your body just says, "Oh, it's stream time. Let's go."
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep. I do that too, where my
Oh.
body just says, "Oh, it's
Yep.
time.
Yep.
Let's go."
Awesome, Justinius. That sounds great. Yep. I was going to work on my campaign, and then I
Nice.
got an issue with Obsidian, and thankfully I know how Obsidian worked, and I managed to fix it. So that seems to be up and running again. Everything was fine, but it was 2 hours of brain mush and me banging my head in a desk out of frustration. But now it's getting back again. So I'm going to continue my work on Crit Wall, getting detailing all the buildings and the quarters and stuff like that. I've been working on it for a couple of hours in between here, so I'm getting so yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Dirty Dwarf.
Desk pillows.
Yeah. Oh, and Pete Bug.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, desk pillows keep from hurting yourself. Yeah, when you go,
Yes, yeah. It was not. I didn't bang hard. It was more like going brain bush and just like resting my head on the
hmm
desk, zoning out. So yeah,
And my throat is once again doing its thing, so I apologize, guys,
yeah.
but I'll do my best.
I'm snacking a little bit here, so I'm
Let's
and I have my
see.
ice cold drink here too. No alcohol involved, just to say that.
Ah, dang it.
People, yep, no alcohol involved, just some strawberry lemonade thing.
I have blackberry lemonade tonight, so
hmm
yeah, must be the day for lemonade.
Yep, and I put plenty of ice in there, so I put a coaster on it. Otherwise, it will discolor my desk. That looks awful anyway. So yep, I went to Lowe's and or Home Depot, I think it was, or Lowe's. I'm not sure which, and bought a plywood. I bought one of these up and down stand up sit down desks, but I bought the chassis from a company, and instead of buying a really expensive thing to put on top, I just bought the thickest plywood they had at Home Depot, and that way I can drill in it, I can saw in it, and I can adjust it because that's only like $50, and that way I can just do whatever I want with it. And if I screw up too much, I go and get a new one for $50. That's
hmm
yeah, that's the way.
It's the way you do it.
hmm
Got to work smart.
Yep. And I have so much stuff on it anyway, so you can't see what it looks like. It's just full of cables and equipment and stuff. Okay, so now I'm starting to get into the weeds here with crit walls. So I was around here. Let's go up here and detail this part. This is the only part I have left in the inner city, so to speak, to do. So I started doing it and I lost track a little bit here. So I'm going to do this and paint some buildings. And I can put some stroke on there just to get a little bit more definition on here. There we go. Okay. Uh, oh, there
And
we
I'm
go.
just going to use a generic city map from Kobold
Yeah, what that is
as
that a new
a
project you're working on? Hang on a second. I need
this
to.
is the same project from last week. I'm just adding a like a city layout that I can put
Oh,
my buildings on.
gotcha. Yeah, now I see it. Now I see the
hmm
building when I put the.
Yeah, I just
Mhm.
wanted some kind of an idea for like
Yeah.
the road system and stuff would be. So I need
Okay.
to
That's
adjust the
pretty
size of it a
cool.
little bit, but
Yeah.
it's a little too big for my
hmm
scale right now. actually quite a bit way too big.
I was just going to say, is that a 5 foot square? Then the 5 foot squares are way too big.
Oh no, that is not a 5 foot square. That is
Is that a
like
10?
a 90-foot square.
So the squares on
Yeah.
the map
Let's
there?
see. Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see.
And thank you,
So
Dirty
we're
Dwarf. Yep.
gonna go
hmm It's
10.
getting there. Yep. Let's see here.
I got my handy dandy scaler here. Help me out. Tell me what
Yeah.
size 5 foot is.
But they are 5 foot squares on the. But those aren't 5 foot squares.
They're getting closer. I have to scale the texture so it fits
No,
decent.
no, yeah, but I mean on the map from Cobalt Press on that or whatever that comes from the city map there. Is it?
They are actually 5 foot squares from the
Yeah.
actual image,
hmm
but when it goes into Unreal, it warps it. It's
Oh,
just dumb how it
yeah,
does it.
yeah, but I mean that's okay. So
Yep.
yeah, so the scale is off. So okay, good.
Yeah, the scale is off.
hmm
Yep. Rotation minus
Okay,
90 will
now I
lay
need to.
Quinn down. Why did you layer Turner face down? Okay, fine. Let's see. 90. Nope, that's face down. Let's try minus 90. We'll be nice and not put her on her face this time.
Yeah,
All right, so now let's
and I
scale
found my
this.
square little brush too. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. I was looking for a square and I realized that was a little square sitting there, but it was only 4 pixels size, so it was hard to find it sometimes. So
Sadly, it kind of warps the image. It goes wider than it is tall, and I don't
uh-huh.
know why it's doing that.
Yeah.
But this is like a map that's repeated like 60 times.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of wanted it as a reference. So I kind of had, how crooked the streets and stuff could be, but it's just going to confuse me, I think, is what it's going to do.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the cobblestone. It was easier to look at. Cobblestone. There we go. Much better.
Yeah.
We'll just do free form building.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've
Um,
been overthinking Crit Wall for a bit, and I realized Crit Wall is not as urban as Greyhawk or one of the super big cities, and I also think it was had higher ambitions than they actually had results. So when the Great Kingdom built the walls and all of that, they didn't have that many inhabitants. So the walls in the area is a little bit overbuilt. So it still has a slight frontier. Feel to it and a little bit of so the
mhm.
it's not as dense. There are some dense core quarters here, really city quarters so to speak, and the other ones here actually have a little bit of they can have some old animals in the back and stuff like that. So there's a lot of people that do various crafts and tiny industry and cottage industry and so on. It's a big part of city life here. So a lot of them have even have backyards and stuff here, so it's never caught on or never been that super urbanized so to speak. So and then the rest of the walls behind here, that's where they have a lot of farms and stuff, so they produce a lot of their food and stuff within the walls actually. But that was part of the original plan too, to have a city that could be self-sufficient in a lot of ways. And they also have, if there's any place in Greyhawk that has a lot of clerics and paladins, it's this place, so they can produce a lot of their food and stuff even from just praying. So
Mhm.
there's plenty of resources. It's not a super rich city, but it's have a very high average living standard, so to speak. There are very few poor
Uh-huh.
people in it, so there are very few super rich, but also very few really poor people. That that has just changed though. So outside here, there is a refugee quarter that down here, and the reason I put them down here is that this is a used to be a common area for grazing and stuff. So that was because the rest here I'm going to develop with farms and stuff. So they took one of the common areas down here and actually made them turn them into areas for refugees to settle. safe near the
My
walls and
camera
stuff. So
is being a poop tonight. It does not want to go where I want it to.
okay, yeah. So I'm going to see. First mission of the day here or the evening is to detail this part here. And I do a little bit of housing, and then do roads and housing and roads and stuff like that, on and off, so to speak. I kind of work. I don't do all the houses and then the roads. I do a little bit of back and forth. It helps me to keep things kind of organized a little bit. So I'm going to add a couple of roads here just to. So I'm going to add a road there. And then I'm just going to add a road there. And just for the heck of it, I'm going to add a road across in there too. And then I switch, because roads I do with brush, and houses and stuff I want a little bit firmer, so I use the pencil tool for them. And I'm also don't have that many that there. I have lots of trees in this area here, but that is also deliberate, because I thought that the idea was for them to actually grow a lot of trees in here to have as a resource in case of a siege and stuff. It's always have good to have access to timber and stuff, both for fuel, but also especially for to have for building material and stuff, to repair weapons, build siege engines and whatnot. So that's why they and they also probably think about, it's nice to have good surroundings and stuff. So it's a city that actually cares for its inhabitants too, and also want to be self-sufficient in a lot of ways. Uh, let's do.
Okay, let's see.
Let's make a bigger house here, a tavern or a little something in here, like a common house.
Anna and Linda, are you guys working on the same city?
No,
No,
we
I am
actually
just
not.
playing.
Yep, and
Absolutely just playing.
I'm working on Crit Wall for Bike Campaign and for all Greyhawk fans and stuff. So it's my first real big city. And hello Lee, by the way, thank you for coming. Yep. So we so I'm working. This is my first Greyhawk or major city design that I'm developing from scratch myself. I've done city maps, but never been my own city design. This is my own city design, as well as actually doing the map. Yep, but that is a good question, and in the future there will be times we work on the same project, because when I'm done with this, I will hand it over to Linda so she can work on some 3D magic for it and see if we can see what
Hmm.
we can do.
Yeah, see what if we can fully visualize it.
Mm-hmm.
Take Anna's idea and go fully visualized with it and see what happens.
Yep.
Mm,
So there are some trees there, so I'm going to leave the trees, and now I'm going to, while I remember it here, I'm going to say that there is some rich dude who lives here, so he basically have the forest for himself. So he put probably some former high-ranking officer in the oops in the order or something. So he has a little his own little stuff there. So then behind the barn he can have some pigs or whatever. Then I fence in that little bit there too. Make some pens for other stuff.
Hmm.
And you can even have a little outhouse here behind the trees for some workers or like an auntie suite or something. So yeah, like granny suite. Yep. There we go. Oh, there was. Then we have a sneaky little road back there too. So there we go. Ah, that wasn't. Oops.
Okay, let's see. I'm going to
Yeah. We can actually.
think I'm going to put another building kind of at an angle here.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to build it freestanding first and then do it because building at an angle is a pain when you're trying to line things up.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm don't follow a lot of dungeon maps and role playing game maps. They follow the 5 foot square, so everything is like north to south, east to west, and stuff. So Dirty Dwarf cities are hard, so that's why I couldn't. I realized in the beginning I can just sit and work, and in 5 hours I have it done. But I realized that it's a lot of. I can't just sit and work because after a couple of hours my ideas are exhausted for that time. Then I need to lean back and do something else and then come back to it the next day and stuff. So it needs to evolve slowly, so to speak. So I need to think about the city and it needs to evolve a little bit at a time. So that's the tricky bit. So
I need to look for a few more packs that have the medieval style buildings
uh-huh.
and windows and stuff because it's kind of limited this one I'm using. So
Mm-hmm.
I need to find a couple more that are have the same style of buildings or
Yeah.
the medieval look buildings.
Mm-hmm. Do, 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 do. Okay. Two. Now we can add a building
Let's see. I'm
there,
going to separate this one.
and we can add a building here. Is that? Yep, that's actually trees there. So
Or just kill the party before it gets to the city.
Problem
Perfect.
solving.
Hmm.
TPKs
Nice.
is always a good solution. Yeah. Yeah, when you can't prep, TPK is the way out of any conundrum as a DM. Yeah. Yeah, Dirty Dwarf. Now you kind of given me cynical view as a DM here. It's awesome. I love it. Yeah.
Two, block one. I'm looking just medieval. I want different styles of medieval, if
Oh.
that makes sense. Um, like the Wattle and Daub buildings, stone buildings. I'm looking for a little bit of everything.
Yep.
So I'm gradually collecting everything, but it's
Mm-hmm.
taking a while,
Yep.
unfortunately.
Hello,
So,
Troy. Yeah.
and also money is a big factor for me. So it's when they want $100 for an entire set, it's like,
Yep.
don't think I can afford that one. So
I agree with you.
I would love to be able to, but yeah, money says, nope.
Mm-hmm.
This one is gonna actually be, do I have a block that is already stone? I do somewhere, but it's not very big. I know that. So this little guy, all that isn't gonna help me. Let's see. We're gonna go 50 by 50. Created
Mm-hmm.
like a, oh, that looks hideous.
No, I
Maybe it
don't
won't
think
look
Linda
quite
has
that
a
big.
patron yet, but she is thinking about it
No,
or planning
I'm
or
I'm
yeah.
working on it. It's
Yeah.
just I've been really busy with Kobold at the moment, so I'm trying to get everything figured out with them first because I have three projects in one, which are massive. Ugh. And shh, don't tell anybody I told you, but it's all about the Wasted West. So,
Oh, so
um,
it's okay. So it's coming out now.
and that's all I can say is it's Wasted West.
Oh, I think I've heard something about that one. Yes, but I
Hmm.
that was it. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think that's all I've heard because yeah, the rumor mill some months ago I heard some rumors about that. So yep. So now I know as much as you do. So yeah, good.
Hmm.
That's good. Yep. That's
And
awesome.
it's not a big secret. It's just that that's all I want to say. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, that's good. Yep.
So,
Yeah, we should not get you in trouble. Yeah.
no, 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 no. Linda does not like to be in trouble for anything.
There we go.
I'm
And
trying to build these in like tiles that I can just reuse over and over again,
yeah,
but sometimes the tiles just don't work quite like I want them to.
yeah. And here we have a couple of little ponds. So I'm going to clean them up a little bit. Put some
This
more
one is
water in
gonna
them here.
be,
There we go. Someone can have some ducks in
um,
the backyard here. Uh,
yeah, I've been just super, super busy with Kobold.
huh.
Uh,
Yeah.
I can cannibal. I can if it's a pack of stuff, I can add any pack I want to um uh the project. I just have to have the pack available to add it. So, what is your next sandbox game, Anna?
That will be hopefully next, not this Sunday, but but it will. Then we will have to figure out if we not we were supposed to play this Sunday, but it's Mother's Day, so I got busy unfortunately. So we will play in at least in well 2 weeks from now is probably yeah. So it will be. Hang on a second. It will be on the calendar. So it will be on the 28th, May 28th is probably the day to look for. Yep, on that Sunday. Sunday is not a good time for me to actually game. We do it because everybody else can do it, and also because we have people in Britain, like we have Welshmen and people in the US in the game, so we need to do it in the morning. And thank you, Dirty Dwarf, for being interested in it. So yeah, so I'm looking over. I'm going to spend some time, and especially when I go to Sweden, I will spend some time going over rules and a lot of stuff like that. I will dig deep into.
She's gonna take her vacation and work,
Oh yes,
guys.
oh yeah.
That's
I will probably
no.
work harder there because I will be, yeah. That way I can tell everybody I'm so busy or something. So that's how I function when I'm on a mission. So I can
Well, if
sit
you
there
get
on my
anywhere
laptop.
near Wales, I'm sure Chaz would love to see you. So,
Yeah, we'll see. I might make it over to at least over to London. That might very well be because I have so
hmm
many friends and stuff in England that I would love to go over there. So we'll see. Once I get there and have my passport, I can. When I have my passport, that's when I can look into flights to London and see if I can uh, get arrange something. So yeah.
hmm
Yep, that is something I really want to do because I have so many awesome friends in England that I haven't seen in years. Yep.
Sadly, workaholism is definitely a
Yeah.
thing for me
But
too.
Linda, do you have a PayPal?
I do. I do
Mm-hmm.
have a PayPal.
There
It's
you
my
go.
private one at the moment right now.
I think
Um,
it might work. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I could give you the information. I have never done it before, so somebody's going to have to show me how. But
Oh,
yeah.
you can just whisper your you have an ID on, so go to your
Uh,
PayPal and check there is an ID
Let
on
me
your
see
account.
here.
Either that or the email address you use to register. But you can also log
Mm,
in and there's an ID if you don't want to give the email. And
I
that
prefer not because it's my private
yeah,
email. So,
then you can there is an ID name just like an at sign so to speak and your ID of the account.
and guys, I am working on setting up a Patreon. It's just I've got to stay on top of cold, otherwise it's going to be just biting me in the butt, and I really don't want to do that. So, because the one I'm working on has a ton of adventures in it, just little short ones, but all the characters that I have to do are just insane in it.
Yeah.
And I also had to do a isometric map for one of them that between isometric going from Photoshop to Fantasy Grounds was a nightmare to try and get it lined up. So,
hmm
um, but I managed to get it. I don't know why it's going to work, if it's going to work like they want it to, but um, security, 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 which is a good thing.
So and now it's time to clean up the roads a bit here. Do, do, do. There we do, and make it. I'm
Okay,
going to
let's
put a little
see.
far long thingy here or something, so it's like a pavilion or something here. So
Okay, where is my code? Hmm.
yep, workaholism is the respectable addiction. Yep.
We all have it, I think,
hmm
sadly enough.
Well, there's some people I know that don't have it, and I both pity them and envy them. I don't know which, depending on.
Hmm. Let's see. Okay, so somebody point out where do I find this code that it's supposed to do? I
Troy,
have no idea.
I don't believe you. Yeah.
I have never done this before, so I have no idea what I'm doing. That's why I haven't taken the time to look at it yet, because
hmm
I've got way too many things going on to
Yep.
figure it all out. So anyway, guys, I will have it for next week.
But
But
you
right now,
yeah. But Troy, you can have no problem. You can give your email to. No,
Yeah, I can.
oh yeah. You can whisper it to him. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll look at that later. Let me look at the chat here.
Yeah.
And whispering, I'm totally stupid when it comes to
There is
chatting and stuff. So,
on Twitch there is a notification, and to the left of it there is a little whisper button, and you can write. Oh, you can click on
mm,
his name and whisper too. Yeah.
okay, and that Troy's cannibal. There
Yep.
you go. Aha.
Yeah. There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
get it, guys. I promise.
Yep.
Um, tied to my ID is this email at the moment. I think I whispered it to you. Is it showing in your chat,
No,
Anna?
no, you put it in the general
Ah,
chat. So,
dang it.
yep.
Oh well, nobody use that email. It's my private one.
But make sure you can
Yeah, I
delete
will.
it afterwards. So, yeah.
I will. Yep, hang on. Oh my God, Linda, learn how to do this. Um, okay, I feel like totally inept. I have no idea how to delete this. Um, okay, well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to delete it.
Now everybody can donate to you.
Well, whatever. Just don't spam me with a bunch of stuff because I'll probably just delete you or block you. Um,
I don't think anyone.
I'm not too terribly worried. But it's just I have never done this stuff before. I don't use Twitch other than this, so
Okay,
um,
thank you, Lee. That's a good idea. Yep.
yes, please, please, please do that
Yep.
because it would be just well, thank you, Cannibal.
Thank you so much. Yep.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Oh, we have some Viking ships. That's awesome. Yep.
Yes, Viking ships, awesome. Yeah, just spam it. So because unfortunately the person doesn't know how to edit chat. So um let's see. I need to really figure out how to use Twitch and chat and all that stuff.
Yep.
You're on a 30s lock. Uh-oh. Can you unlock his emote stuff?
Can I do that? Hang on a
I don't
second.
know. I have no clue. I
No.
will look at Troy, I will look at art packs later on, like tomorrow,
Yep.
and I will let you know next week which one I purchase with your donation. So there we go. I think we're clear, aren't we? I don't even know.
I'm trying to see if I can do any settings, but I don't find anything that
Yeah,
I can change here. So, yeah.
I need to
Okay.
halfway there. Okay, cool.
Perfect. Yep.
I even clicked on Troy's name and it must have cleared itself, so whatever.
Yeah, no, you don't. Yeah, that's one way. The way I do it is there is a little whisper button up on the top in the main window in
Oh,
Twitch.
in main window.
Yes,
Oh,
next to
okay.
notification, there's a little whisper thingy, and then you can type in special chat with
There it is.
there
I
you can
found
chat.
it.
Yeah, well, you can chat with people individually. That's called
There
whispers.
it is.
Direct message people. So yeah. You're going overboard with cute, awesome little weirdy symbols.
Mhm.
That's great. Yeah.
Okay, now get my chat back on the screen. So I will give you the one that is assigned to my Steel Valkyrie account, then that one can be left public.
Okay, buildings. Go back to buildings here. So yeah.
There. That's the one you can use for my Steel Valkyrie. That is not tied to anything like PayPal or anything, but we'll just do it that way. Um, that'll be what I'm using when it comes to doing the
Yeah.
Patreon though.
Yeah. But on email address is almost public anyway, so they're
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
out
you
there.
can find
Oh
it's
yeah.
scary the amount of information you can find out there. Um, Not worried too much.
Okay, now I need to figure out here how to.
Um, let's see if I'm gonna detail this, make it into a house. We're gonna go narrower on the bottom. Mhm.
So then I'm going to put his stuff in here. There we go.
I had a friend offer to help me do my Kobold stuff, and I said, no, sorry, that's my sole source of income right now, so no,
Mm-hmm.
can't do that. He says, well, with Tales of Valiant coming out, you're probably going to need help. And I said, no, I'm good. I'll figure it all out.
Yep.
Let's see. We're gonna just reverse this wall. Um, Control D, move it over here and rotate. And put it in here. I've been working pretty hard at Unreal though lately, learning how to make specialized materials and things.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it in this project, so scene building and cityscapes. Not familiar with that. They wanted a cut of the pie, the friends that offered. Um, because I don't think he's working at the moment, so he wanted a piece of it, and I said, no, it's my sole source of income right now, so I'm
Yep.
pretty protective of it. So Mason on stream is where I use it. Oh, on Steam. On Steam. Hmm. I'll have to check that out. I'll make a note of that because I'm always looking for new stuff on Steam to mess with.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There we go. I'm not too terribly worried about my email, guys. You did as good as you could. That's fine. I'm good.
Yep.
Um, and like Anna says, you can find it darn near anywhere you go. So,
Yep. It's good. It's good. Yep.
um, we'll do this. Nope, wrong wall. Let's do this one. Mm-hmm. Oops.
There we go. Hello, I'm Smooth. Samuth. Yep.
Yes, hello, hello.
Good to have you back again. Yep.
Okay, I'll take a look at Mason and give it a shout here. There's plenty of asset packs in the marketplace for me, so I'm not too terribly worried about it. What I'd like to do eventually, if I get extra time, is to build some of my own versions of these.
Yep.
Like take these and edit the design so it's my own version of it. But because a lot of these have the Creative Commons non-commercial license on them, so um, I'd like to take and build my own. But if Kobold keeps dropping 3 projects at a time with a short turnaround, yeah, it's going to take the back seat, unfortunately.
So,
Nice.
so there we go. I just had to save here a bit and reorganize some windows. And now we're back in on track again here. So
All right, let's see. Where is my hinges on this
there
one?
we
There
go.
they are. Mm-hmm. Do-do-do-do.
Okay.
Roughly where they're
More,
supposed to be.
a few more buildings here. There we have one more building. Have a building in
No,
the corner
no,
there.
no, no. that one. There we go. All right. So that's the
Oh, I
base.
need to
Let's
add
see.
the road I was thinking about there too.
Mm,
There we go. Be
diorama. Okay, gotcha. That's kind of like what Tailspire and those are too. Tailspire is more of a like a dungeon assembly. I
hmm
just wish they would open up so you could add your own assets to it. Unfortunately, they don't sound like they're going to, so
I guess it
it's kind of
also,
frustrating.
yeah, but I guess it's also problematic because if they do open up for various people to do, some people be like me, they will put in way too heavy and stuff that will bog down, and other people will download. So it is risky too, but it's they also, I'm sure they want a lot of community stuff, but it's also a risk, so to speak. So yeah.
Yeah, a lot of companies though are doing that though. A
hmm
lot of places are working with um allowing people to make their own
Yeah,
content.
because that's a way to grow faster and to get
Hmm.
popular and without having to pay for it themselves.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah, but the
absolutely.
yeah,
But
but the drawback is that it also opens up for abuse and it's hard to police and it's also hard to support because if
hmm
someone makes a screwy assets and stuff for your tool, then you can say, well, we didn't do it, but people will still be like, ah, it doesn't work. So yeah.
uh canvas size is limited too. Okay, gotcha.
hmm Yep.
Yeah, I was playing with what was it? I can't even think of what it was now. Dungeon Master or something like that it was called. It's like in beta, so it's really, really
hmm
rudimentary yet.
Yep.
Um, but I find it much more fun to play in Unreal or in Blender. So, because surprisingly, my players don't want a bunch of fancy automation and stuff. They want to roll dice. So,
That's why I love Owlbear Rodeo. It's moving tokens,
hmm
showing maps. That's what I need, so to speak. And I
yep.
can show really big map. I can have a tile. So I have one piece here, and then I can add another piece and another piece and another piece to maps, and that is really really useful. That was the killer feature for Albert Rodeo for me was the
hmm
fact that you can have a you can take it in basically an unlimited map. You just need to have it in pieces and then you can upload bit by bit.
Yeah, that's I'm sold on Owlbear. It's a lot of
hmm
fun.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep.
And I actually used it in one of my games and the people preferred it to
hmm
playing with the battle mats,
Yep.
that you hand draw.
hmm Yep.
So they were like, "Oh, this
Yeah.
is cool. We
Yeah.
want it more
And
often."
I'm not sponsored to say this. Albert Rodeo hasn't contacted me. I'm paying for it using my own money and stuff. So it's not a paid promotion in any way, shape, and form. I never had any contact with Albert Rodeo apart from purchasing it, using it, and purchasing it and paying for it myself. So yeah, I just need to make sure I state that it's my opinion
Wrong
about it.
one.
So yeah, that is based on my use of the tool.
Yep. If anybody's interested in Unreal or playing with Unreal, I think Savage, you are. Look up Ben Cloward on YouTube if you want to learn details about materials. He is amazing on how to teach and he explains everything and it's really, really good. Um, I've been doing a lot of listening to his stuff because I want to learn the right way to do materials
hmm
instead of just slapping them together willy-nilly. So, um, if you want to learn more about it, he's been in the business for like 30 years. He worked on, what do you say, Skyrim and a couple other ones,
Yeah.
making materials and stuff. So he knows what he's talking about,
Yep.
which is one reason I chose him to listen
hmm
to.
Yeah. And if
So,
anyone wonders how I can have buildings here in different I showed that in an earlier stream, but someone might wonder how I get the different colors, and it's simply I use a mask. So it's just I just have a file like this. So it just a bunch of different colors, and that will be the base colors of the roofs, and then I can go in and edit the details and stuff. Yeah. OG Squad. I don't know them, but it sounds interesting. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Easy router creating. Yep. Yep. Um, I haven't done much with PDFs, so I'm not real terrible familiar other than copying and pasting out of them, because that's
Yep.
how Cobalt gives me their stuff is
Mm-hmm.
they give me the PDFs of everything they create.
Yeah.
So,
And my experience with
um,
PDFs is, apart from reading them, is to make my maps into. So I export a lot into PDFs. So I
mhm.
have a little bit of knowledge of different
I know
standards and
you are.
stuff. Yeah.
I know you are. There's a lot of stuff that is a nightmare when you really start playing with it, like the whole
Mm-hmm.
isometric map thing.
Yep.
Wolfgang loves isometric
Yep.
maps, absolutely loves them. He says it adds
Yep.
another dimension. It does, but it also adds a nightmare inside Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, Fantasy
Um,
Grounds doesn't seem to be. It doesn't support it natively. I think so. That's the
it
problem.
doesn't.
I don't think
It's
there's any VTT that natively supports isometric. If I on the top of my head, I can't remember any tool that any
liquids and
VTT that supports
particles.
natively supports
Mhm,
isometric. Tailspire and others, but they are fully 3D, not only isometric, and they have no special isometric
mhm.
mode, so to speak. So yeah.
Yeah, and you're probably way ahead of those some of those Savage, but it's just I thought it was really cool how he addressed it and how he showed how to do stuff and, you know, making
Hmm.
random water dripping down the side of things and making the ripples in water. All that stuff was really cool.
Yeah.
Um, I could show you guys what I was playing with here. Let's just save this so I don't lose anything.
Hmm.
And I got to switch projects. Hang on one second here.
I need to go in and make a little
Mm,
trail here.
Where is it? This one. Come on, Unreal. My computer doesn't like to run two versions of Unreal at the same time, so bear with me while it does all its good stuff.
It's kind of a little tricky to do stuff like that. So yeah.
It is. It's a lot different.
Hmm.
I've never got into the video side of it, really. I've been watching a few things. I'm still a noob when it comes to Unreal. I'm beginning to understand more and more about it, but
Hmm.
I'm still a noob overall. Um, like you can't see it real well on here, but I made a material following his stuff where it looks like the rain is falling, and
It
then
looks really cool.
if you get down here, you can see the drips running down the side of the thing.
Hmm.
I did
Wow.
the Savage, and
That
it was
looks.
amazing. I loved
Yep.
it.
It looks great.
Yeah, it took me forever, and I finally got it, but
Hmm.
it was just ugh.
Yep.
But the coolest one he did
Okay. Hang on a
was
second. I'm going to look at.
materials. Nope, B Cloud is this guy here.
Oh, animated fire. That is so
Hmm
cool. Yep.
And how it does random effects and things like that. That to
Hmm.
me, this is amazing because I've never done anything like this before. So
Yep.
learning this stuff was like, ooh.
Hmm.
Hmm
Yep. You can
Yeah, the
do
sun or
planets with an atmosphere that is active and stuff. So hang on a
yep.
second. Here, there we go.
And this one is all, it's not set up to be controllable like an instance, but it's actually pretty cool.
Hmm.
You could do it pretty easy by making these four vectors into parameters and stuff. You could do it pretty
Yeah.
easy. So, but yeah, the I can see these being planets. Like if you slow the time down and
Yeah.
make it do a real slow rotation, I could see it being a planet.
Hmm.
But that's just some of the fun stuff I've been playing with, learning how to do that and doing
Yeah.
cloth shaders and stuff like that. Um, let's see. He also showed how to do silk was one of the options. Come on, Unreal, don't do this. I should say computer. It doesn't like to have two of them, but it showed silk. Grain's a little bit big yet for silk, but it does pretty good.
Yeah.
Um, and cobbles and wet clay and all that stuff. And how to make rustling leaves. and put them on materials and things. And actually, so each leaf looks different.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Give a look at his materials. It's for UE4, but it actually works well in UE5 too. Um, and then volumetric ice is another one where if I move just right, you can see like an inner ice level. It's actually really cool how he did it.
Yeah.
It looks like there's another layer under frozen ice. So yeah, it's pretty cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've been playing with a lot of his stuff, trying to figure it all out, and that's what I do. And I don't know what to do with myself, is I go and look at his stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, guys, I had to take you on a little foray there and show you.
That is awesome. It
Um,
looks great. Yeah.
but yeah, I was having fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, is it still putting it in? Yes, it is. Okay, it's going into block two. No, it's not. It's not adding it to block two. You darn thing, add it to block two.
Okay. Yeah.
There. Now it's in block two. Yeah, I'll be working on this kind of thing quite a bit. I'm just trying to find the balance between putting stuff on YouTube, doing your stream on Friday nights with you,
Yeah.
Anna, and
Mm-hmm.
doing anything else. But
Yeah.
um, it's just crazy. Universe Sandbox. Let me see where I kind of lost track of what you were talking about there.
That was the when you showed the animated that can look like a sun
Oh,
and the
gotcha,
planet.
gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I said like
Hmm.
planetary atmospheres and stuff that
Yep.
that are animated, so they look like yeah.
Yep. 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 Sorry about that. My brain isn't quite all here. I'm still
Um,
having nightmares about that doggone isometric map.
and I'm brain mush today, so yeah. That's why I love to sit and do stuff like this because this is something I want to do in order to get done. So,
Yeah, because I had to stretch and scale it to get it to fit in
mm-hmm.
inside of Photoshop. And then when I got the completed map, I actually had to skew it quite badly to get it fit
Yeah.
inside Photoshop. And then once I got it to fit there, then it wouldn't line up with Fantasy Grounds. I'm like, are
Mm-hmm.
you kidding me? Come on. So
Yeah.
I had to sit and fiddle with the 0.01, 0.023, 0.024 to find out what size grid was inside Fantasy Grounds. I was like,
Yeah.
somebody shoot me. My only grump said, Universe Sandbox. I'll have to check that one out too. See what's going on. Um, I'm just working on trying to get my library of assets that I want to use all the time put together, which is what I was showing you
Mm-hmm.
with the um Ben Cloward stuff. I'm trying to make a big stable of different materials that I can use and use them over and over and over again, and then modify them so I can do different tints and things on them.
Yeah.
So it's really, really easy to do. So, so I can use them on anything. Let's see. Do, 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 do. What do I want to do next? Let's see. Let's do. Hmm. Let's do just one window on top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of programs are going to the you play it just to beta test it for us and then let us know what is good and what's bad.
Yep.
Lots of programs are doing that.
By the way, I'm starting to use more consistent to use World Machine 4. So I've been hesitant to abandon my old trusty World Machine 3 to go to World Machine 4, but I'm starting to get along with it more. So,
Nice.
yep. Mm-hmm. and it was tough coming, so to speak. Because one of
Sure,
my
get up
major
here.
complaints for when it comes to World
Hmm.
Machine 4 is that it doesn't consistently use meters and or imperial or it use like just decimal internal units, and I want to know how tall my mountains are and stuff. So that was one of the main reasons to keep World Machine 3. But I'm starting to feel like okay, I can live without that for a bit. So
Hmm.
yeah, but that was one of the hardest things too. So I'm going to see if I can go on the forum and nag or something, or send him more emails saying that please.
Yeah, please be consistent.
Yep, I want that. I missed that in my.
Hmm.
Yep,
Well, you got to have consistency or it just doesn't work right.
yep, and
Wait a second, that's an interior wall. Goofball. Let's see. We're gonna do just two single windows up here, I think.
there we go. Hello, Jay.
Hello, hello.
Welcome.
And yes,
Thank.
Savage, I would love to be off a lot of the beta testing stuff, but sadly, if you play a game nowadays, you're on beta testing, so any of the early release stuff.
Seems like almost everything is beta these days.
Mm-hmm.
The people are going after the Google model. First they're
Yep.
beta or like in early access or whatever, and once they're out in a while, after that they kill them off.
Yeah, one of my favorite games is in beta perpetually. I think it's going to stay there forever. So that's 7 Days to Die. It's
Okay,
one of my
yeah.
favorite games.
Yeah, I'm
But
waiting
yeah,
for Baldur's Gate 3 to. I played the early access until you played it up so you can reach third level, and they still haven't. Now I have to wait for the final game to be able to go past third level. So we'll see. Yeah,
oof.
but it was fun. I kind of liked it. It was, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't played Diablo in a long time either.
Exactly. I
We'll
want
have
to
to.
play more Diablo or back in Diablo 2 remastered. I liked it.
Hmm. Yeah, we'll have to get back in there.
Hmm.
And the competency programs has fallen off considerably since the marketing crew of everyone can be a coder. Yep,
Hmm.
yep. And you see that with Unreal too. You get people that don't know how to do asset packs properly and they throw stuff together and their origin points are all over the place and it just makes a mess when you're trying to build with them.
Hmm.
But you see it a lot happening. Why is this? That's too wide by using those three.
Hmm.
Well, get rid of that and we'll do, where's my halves? These. Nope, wrong one. This one. That's the wooden one too. I don't want the wooden one. Mm, my coding has nothing to do with programming. It's cryptography, but if you want to. Yeah, it's a debate either way. You can say it that way too, and you can say it that coding is not a thing, but I agree. I'm not a coder in any way, shape, or form.
Me neither. I would love to be, but I have a slight dyslexia. So when I see all the text and the numbers and stuff, I can't discern anything. But visual programming, I love that to sort out spaghetti. That's my thing. I in World Machine, I love the programming visually, so I can see the flow visually, and then go in and understand it. So I love to think programming wise, but the problem is I can't think it text wise. That's where I'm screwed. As soon as I see it in text, I just get bewildered and dazzled and lost.
Which is why I like Unreal because it has the visual
Yeah,
balloons that you can
yeah.
use.
That's why I realized that's for me, because once I get into there, I can actually enjoy visual programming. That's something
Hmm.
I can really.
Yeah, you can go to town with it once you get used to it because it's a lot like World Machine.
Yeah. And now I've been visually programming for 10 years, and I love it. Visual
Hmm.
programming is just that's where my brain is. I can be logical and analytical and graphical all at once. But if I
Hmm.
see text, I'm lost.
Yeah,
Yep.
my brain just kind of shuts down when I look at
Yep.
text
Mm-hmm.
programming.
Yep. I just get like, nope, programming is not for me.
I tried it way back in college, way too many years ago, and I failed miserably because they were trying to teach me three different languages at once, and I said, no, because
I
my brain just said no.
Yeah, I love the
So,
idea of programming. I love I and so when try to teach myself basic and C and stuff, I understand it on a kind of fundamental level. But as soon as I start be able to write it out, I get lost in all the little apostrophes and parentheses and quote marks and all that stuff. That I don't get that. I can stare blind, and even if I know what to write, if there is like a comma missing or something, and it says there's something in error, and I have the example, I still don't see it.
hmm.
I'm half blind when it comes to text that way.
Yep.
I was better when I was younger. Now I'm kind of screwed when it comes to it. So
You're not just kind of screwed. You are screwed.
yeah,
No, I'm just kidding.
and that's when I discovered visual programming in World Machine. I was like, wow, I can just connect it and I can see how the data flows, and
Hmm.
all of a sudden
Hmm.
all the bits were pieces were they were just there for me. So yeah, all of a sudden,
Yeah, I am not ever going to be a programmer, so
yeah,
I'm just no. I'm more of a visual person, just like Anna. I
yeah,
see things and it's just like, oh, that makes sense.
mm-hmm,
But a good example was one of the projects I did for Fantasy Grounds. I had a file that had an apostrophe in the name. Didn't think anything of it, just
yeah,
saved the file. And I could see it just fine on my end, but when they loaded it into Fantasy Grounds and were testing it, they couldn't see it.
yeah,
I was like, really? It's not missing. It's there. What are you talking about?
yeah,
And then it was all because there was an apostrophe in it.
mm-hmm.
And I did not name that file. Kobold did. They are not very consistent with naming their files. So,
It's
but
tricky, especially when some people work in Windows, some in Mac, and some on
exactly.
Linux and stuff that we had different standards for file names and stuff that
Yep.
can
And a
cause
lot of them do
problems.
work in Mac that are
Yep,
associated with Kobold. So,
it's everywhere. Meaning Mac
hmm.
is prevalent too. So that's one of many pitfalls when it comes to
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
I
I'm
get it. I mean,
yep.
it's just one of those things that is just like gear.
Hmm. But I was
Uh,
so glad today when I can had Obsidian issues, and then I fixed it,
hmm.
and I was able to track it down, and I'm like, yes, it worked. I'm so happy.
Yeah, it gives you a tickle when you remember,
Hmm.
or figure out what you did
Yep.
wrong.
So
That's for
I
sure.
went from brain mush to actual creativity, and
Hmm.
that
And
was
now you're like full speed ahead.
yep. So now I'm kind of really
Sure. Yeah, I remember seeing some of that stuff, Samuth, um, where they would print the actual program and you type it in, and it's just like, oh, well, I did something wrong, but I have no idea what I did wrong, so I
hmm
can't fix it. Therefore, mine doesn't work. And there was a few of them way back when the Commodores and stuff were popular that would do that.
okay. Now it's time for some road works again here. There we go.
Okay. gonna put one more window in there.
So, yep. Oh, TSR 80. I remember. I've never used it, but I've
Yeah, the
seen them.
TRS
I've
80.
I've read about them back in
Yeah.
day when I had my Amiga and before then. Yep.
I actually had one way back in the day. Didn't have a
Hmm.
clue what the hell to do with it, but I had one.
Yep.
I was like 14 at the time though, so
Yeah, I got an Amiga when I was like 18, 20,
hmm
something like that.
well,
Yep.
my uncle had given it to me. He picked it up at some auction or something, and he
Hmm.
goes, "You want it?" And I said, "Sure, I'll take it." And I played with it for quite a while, but it was just like, nah, not my cup of tea. Because back then there wasn't hardly anything you could do with them
It was
besides
it
program
was
like Pong.
yeah, it was amazing you could do anything with a computer back then.
Hmm. Yep. You're you're not snapping where you're supposed to. Stop being a poop.
Hmm.
Mm. Trash 80s. Yep. Yeah, unfortunately, that was the good old days. I guess you could call them good old days. Um, I honestly don't remember much about them because I had too many things going on as a kid. Mostly just dealing with family and, you know, all that stuff.
Yep.
And being a kid. When I was a kid, I was never inside messing on computers. I was always outside doing something.
My computer age
Um,
was in my early 20s. That's when I got in my nerdiness. Before then, I wasn't interested in computers really. And then I saw you can draw and stuff in it. Then I'm in my 20s. I had a secret nerdy side.
mm,
Yep.
secret nerdy side.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. When I went to university and stuff, I didn't talk about it much. I was a book nerd in during school, and then off hours I was nerdy at home.
Grab the wrong
Yep.
one again. The cool thing about Unreal is if you want to use something in another project, all you have to do is migrate it, and it's so nice.
Mhm.
Like my Narg install, I can migrate it to this project and have it all in here, which is really super nice.
Yeah.
Um, you're not lining up like you're supposed
In a
to.
way, I've
Get over
gotten
there.
nerdier and nerdier over the years.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep. At least the amount of hours I spend in front of the computer.
Hmm.
I'm more in front of the computer doing stuff with my computer now than I've ever been. So I
It's
can't imagine how
yeah.
bad I will be when I'm 90. If I'm this bad when I'm almost 60, it will be
Yep,
bad.
yep.
It will be really, really bad. Yeah.
There we go. That's what I wanted to do. So I was able to function for it. Mm-hmm. Um, let's just stretch this one a little bit. We'll go 1.2. No, that's not the right dimension. Grr. Do 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 do. Just like that. Yep, yep. I'm I only own two computers right now. One's my laptop that I rarely use, and the other one is the desktop. And
That
that's
was,
enough for me.
yeah, that's very
So,
true, Pete Bog. We don't care the older we get. So, yep.
yep. I never really did care if people thought I was a nerd. It's like, whatever. Doesn't really phase me.
Back then, I had much more vain ambitions, I think, when I'm in my 20s. So, yep.
Yeah, probably.
Hmm. Yep. Oh, you still have your Amiga. That is so cool, Pete Bog. I sold my Amiga when I was in my after I've had it for like 20 years, early 40s or something. That I sold it. I haven't used it for several years, and someone at work had a kid that they were collecting old computers and stuff, so I just sold the whole thing to someone who gave the whole thing with all the stuff in it and got me myself a PC. I haven't really regretted it because I don't feel like I have the time to sit and be nostalgic with old devices. I'm more like what I can do with them rather than interested in them per se.
Hmm.
I want to know how they work so I can operate them and tweak them and build them and stuff, but I don't sit around and be to some degree I've become more nostalgic of old devices. I've kept some of my old tablets and I had my first iPad and stuff. I haven't used Apple since, but it's still a little bit nostalgic. So if I keep it sitting around here for another 20 years, it might be worth something.
Yeah, there's so many people that are selling things on eBay now that it's
Oh yeah,
just
but look at like D&D stuff. Wait another 20
hmm.
years, and all of a sudden it kind of comes back again. So we'll see. Yeah, I've
Yep.
not used it. It's not in perfect condition. The ear the connector for the headphones doesn't work.
Mm,
So
gotcha.
yeah, but on the other hand, it doesn't run anything anyway. So because there will be it basically bricked because it's so old. So it's kind of. But that's Apple. Yep.
I
I,
have an old fat boy PS2 that I can't give away to anybody. It's like, geez.
mm-hmm.
Ever since I went PC gaming, I haven't looked back. I
No.
tried to play
Yeah.
something on PS4 the other day and I was like, oh my God, how did I ever play this?
Mm-hmm. Yep. PC gaming is the way to go because you can have cool peripherals and all the
Hmm.
performance and stuff. So and
Absolutely.
since I'm running flight sims, I want to have all my joysticks and stuff is really important. So yeah. Bink Audio. Yeah, I never heard of Bink Audio.
Think I've heard of it, but I have no idea what it actually was. I think it was way back.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Way back in the day before I was little, when I was little, kind of thing. Let's see. I think we'll just make this a two shot, kind of like this one. Mm,
Yeah. Let's see here.
There's my roof.
There we go. Oh, old Sound Blaster. Yeah, I still have a Sound
Hmm.
Blaster card in one of my computers, one of the latest. I used it when because I wanted to stream audio and stuff, so I could stream system audio and so better. But now it doesn't work in Windows 10 anymore. It worked in Windows 7, but it doesn't work in Windows 10. So it's basically bricked. It doesn't. It's useless.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I still have one in a box that I had from
Mhm.
years ago that
Yep.
sitting in my garage too.
Mhm.
It's like, yep, that's where it's going to stay because I have no use for it. I have people trying to give me computer parts all the time. It's like, no, thanks. I'm good.
Mhm.
I don't need that stuff. My late brother-in-law was the worst, though. He used to try and get me to do all these. I'm going to do a network. No, Gary, you're not. You don't have the right stuff to do a network. It's not going to
It's
work
good to
for
see
you.
that
Sorry, buddy.
they have ambitions. Yep. Mhm.
Hmm. Yeah, definitely a good thing to have ambition, but
Mhm.
oof, it was a rough one.
Yep.
Getting him to realize that he couldn't do what he thought he could do with it.
Yep.
And I said, "You're a house in a house that with somebody who does not mess with computers unless she has to, which is my sister. And he wanted to do a network so they could talk back and forth. And I said, Gary, you're like 10 feet from everybody,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need to be in everywhere else, or texting across the room like some people do. It drives me nuts at family gatherings when people text across the room to each other. It's like, it's just plain rude.
Yeah, I've actually made a phone call to another person that was sitting in the same car without realizing it.
Whoops.
That was kind of funny.
Oh man. I mean, it happens as an accident, but this was deliberate.
Yeah,
It's just like, what are you guys talking about that you can't say it in front of
yeah,
everybody else? Hmm? Hmm?
yeah. It was kind of funny. I need to call and then so I heard in the back seat someone say, "Oh, my phone is
Ring.
ringing," and it was like, and it was me. It was like, "Damn, he's the guy sitting in the back."
I
That,
forgot you were in the back seat. Sorry,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. It was like I didn't
Yep.
realize it was him. So yeah, and it was that was we had I laughed so much at that. We had so much fun. That was
I've done that
hilarious fun.
before, though. It's like, where's my phone?
Oh yeah, you
You're
call your
looking up
phone.
stuff.
Yeah.
No, you're looking up stuff on it going, where's my phone? People. I do the same thing all the time. Yep, I'm getting old, unfortunately,
Hmm.
but I'm not going to let it slow me down. I'm going to keep going on everything I can. So, nah, we won't put that in there. Nope, wrong one again. We'll put one of these guys, one of these guys in there. Just tell me you want to leave a message.
Yep.
Perfect.
Hmm.
Yep. Yeah, my nieces were doing that at one of the family gatherings. They were texting each other across the room, and I'm like, really? That's just plain rude. And they looked at me like, what?
Yep.
It's like, if you got something to say it to the person that you're texting about. Yeah, I thought the same way, Samuth. I could not believe I was 50 when I hit it. I was like, ugh, God. Seems like just yesterday I was like 30. But my mom has a really good mantra about that. And so did my grandma. She had the same mantra. She said, age is a matter of mind. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter.
Hmm.
Because my grandma was 96 when she passed, I think it was.
Okay. Yep. That's good to hear. That gives me another few decades. Yep. Mm.
Yeah, right?
Yep.
Me too. It's like, yeah, definitely want to live as long as I can.
Yep. There we go.
Too much stuff to do. I don't have
Mhm.
time to be old and decrepit. Where does someone asking for a friend? Sometimes losing your mind can be good, Savage. Um, you know how that works. They always say if you talk to yourself, you're in trouble. So I've been insane most of my life. So
But back in the day when you were walking around mumbling to yourself, people thought you needed to be hospitalized. Nowadays they're thinking, "Oh, you're just talking in your headset."
yeah, I just have a headset on. I
Hmm.
still catch myself every once in a while. I look at people strange in the grocery store. It's like, who are you talking to? And it's like, oh, they have headphone.
Yep.
Especially when they have like the little
Hmm.
tiny
Exactly. The one
Apple
just a
Buds.
little. Yeah. Hmm.
Yep. I don't think there's a person that I saw yet the other day in the grocery store that didn't have earbud in it. I was just like, oh wow. Guess I'm behind the times.
Yep. Well, I have
I
my
prefer wired headphones myself.
Bluetooth here, but I have one of these that hang around my neck. I like that a lot better because that way we
Hmm.
have batteries that last a while, and it's good audio, and it's on charger here. So
Yep.
yeah.
I like my wired headphones better too. My
Hmm.
controller's the same way.
These aren't wired. These are actually Bluetooth, but they're wired together, and there's a
Hmm.
little lump for battery, and you have lots
Yep.
of buttons so you can control and stuff. So
That's what I have too, and I really
hmm.
like it.
Yep.
Mine are JBL something or others
Yeah.
that I really, really like.
I think mine are Sony. I think. There
You're
we
gonna
go.
stick out, are ya? Well, let's just fix that. You can't stick out the roof. It doesn't work that way.
Yep.
Peace.
ago. Put some backyards and
Mm.
stuff in
I
here.
haven't used a flip phone forever, and my mom still does. Flip phones are torture in my book because they just do not function well anymore.
No, but they were good when they came out. I remember
Mm,
I got one in the
some
late
of it
90s, and
was.
they were big as bricks first, and then they shrunk quickly down to, and they had antenna sticking out and stuff. But then they, after 2003, 4, something like that, they became more manageable in size.
hmm I mean, I had one, so I
Mm.
used it for quite a few years until I actually bought an iPhone, and I haven't gone back to anything.
But it's
I've
amazing how quick it went from when we converted from old phones to smartphones, so to speak.
hmm
I remember I had one in 2007. I had a little Ericsson that was kind of a pre-smartphone that you can use the internet and a little keyboard, and it was before BlackBerry too.
hmm
And I got it like 2005 or something like that, 4 or 5, and then at 2010, or no, it was like 9 or something. I got an iPhone 3, I think I had. Yep, when that came out, and that
Yeah.
was like, at first I was like, I want a physical keyboard, and then I realized after using it for a little while, no, this format is the way to go. It was a bit
hmm
clunky at first, but then it was like, yes.
Yeah, I don't use 90% of my iPhone, but I like it. It's simple to ro operate, ready to
Yep.
go.
And then I switched to Android, and now I've used Android for since I had two iPhones, a 3 and a 4G, I think. Those were the or 4GS, whatever it was called. So
hmm
yeah, those were the two
I'm just not a
iPhones.
huge
And
fan of Android.
no, I like Android a lot better because you can tweak it a lot more. I feel
hmm
less locked in. Yeah.
Yeah, see, I use mine for just calling and email and stuff, and that's about it.
Hmm.
So, okay, we got a hole in the roof. Perfect.
Okay. And now I think it's time for me
Um,
to save again here. Yep.
where's my roof?
Um.
Thank goodness Unreal saves on its own when it
Mhm.
gets to a certain point.
Photoshop does too, but I want to be doubly sure, so to speak. So
hmm
now I think I'm almost done. There's some little details here and there to put in, but I think I'm generally done. And then it will be the touch up, but most of the layout of the city, the roads, and where the buildings are going is done here. There's a couple of backyards and duck ponds and stuff like that to detail, but almost done here.
Okay, let's see. You need to be shrunk down too. We'll just shrink you down to something like that.
Yep.
Oops, I missed. Uh-oh, that's not gonna work. Let's try
Okay.
1.02.
Yep.
How about 1.01? There we go. That's better.
I want some more buildings here. Can actually
I'm
populate.
not going to worry too much about the design of the building because it's going to have uh, not going to be close up internal view anyway right
Mm-hmm.
now.
Yeah,
Maybe someday in the future I'll make it so it's an internal view, but I have a lot of work to do to get used to doing internal modeling.
yeah. There we go. Uh,
And you guys are fighting. Okay, there we go.
yeah,
Save. All right. Now we need the supports underneath the roof or underneath the second floor. Put them in there so it doesn't look like it's going to fall over.
yeah.
We'll do
So now I'm going to leave that bit for now. Um, let's do some out here. Some more, more spacious farmsteads.
seriously one,
Uh
not
oh.
four. I'm just hitting the wrong key again.
Yeah,
And go to 0.9. Actually, that one can go over there. And over there, and then I'll grab these two and move them over here. Okay. Save. Now, can I get so lucky as to copy all of this to the other side and have it line up?
mm-hmm.
Doubtful, but I'll
Maybe.
try.
Yeah, maybe.
And bloop. And rotate. Under an 80, go over here. Almost guaranteed it won't be lined up. Actually, it looks like it almost looks like it's too wide. Wrong way. Let's go this way. And then this way. Oh, I might be really close. A little tweaking here and there. No big
Yeah,
deal. I like watching the guys who design in Unreal Engine on YouTube, but sometimes they do the time lapses too fast and you just can't see what they're doing. I mean, even when they're just randomly creating a building or something, it's just slow it down just a little bit
Yeah, sometimes you just
when you're
want to,
building.
yeah, you want to see those little,
I want to see how they do it. I don't want to
yeah,
see the
hmm,
fastest way possible to do it.
yeah,
So it's really hard for me sometimes to watch the little videos. Not exactly for like a tutorial type of thing. It's just, when you're like, there's a guy making a fancy library, like a Victorian style library, but he had it such a fast thing, I couldn't even see half of it because he was going so
hmm,
fast. It was like,
yeah.
dude, come on. And granted, there are people that like the fast stuff, but I find I have to play it at like point 0.5 to even see what he's doing sometimes.
Hmm. Yeah.
Exactly. That's why God invented point 0.5. Yep.
Yep.
It's like, it just it ruins it in a way because you can't see what they're trying to do.
I'm so
Or you
I
want to see how they made one of the details. It's like,
yeah.
grr.
I can't understand people that keep watching a lot of YouTube video on like super fast and listen to them. I'm so stressed in my life anyway that
Yeah,
kills me.
exactly. I'm like, no. I was actually watching Ben Cloward on a little slower than normal, like
Hmm.
75% for a while because
Hmm.
he was even going fast. For somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, it's a challenge
Do you
to keep
watch
up with some of these guys.
YouTuber gamers from scratch?
I've watched him a couple times,
Yeah.
and I'm not a big fan, I have to say.
Well, I really like it. I like the content and the way he talks about his stuff. It's only that he talks so fast and he screams into the mic
Hmm.
so fast
Sounds
that
sounds a lot like Jawoodle, one of
yeah.
my
So
favorite
he's
Seven
the
Days
guy
to
I would
Die.
like to have on 75%. Yeah.
Yep, yep. Yeah, they talk way too fast, some of them do.
But I like his content. I really do. So I
And I know it, they're trying to get, excitement in their videos, but
hmm,
holy God, don't yell when you're doing it.
we're too old. That's the sign. We're getting old. That's the sign of getting old. You don't like the music and people talk too fast or something. So yeah.
Oh, I still crank my Melissa Etheridge and stuff in the car, but I just don't like it loud in my
Hmm.
face, you know? So I'll go to concerts right and left, but yeah, I just don't care for loud music in my face anymore.
I'm still when I'm cooking or doing other stuff, I love to listen to inspirational music and stuff. So I'm
Hmm.
still and I can listen to it really loud sometimes.
It depends. I'll say
Yeah.
that. It
Hmm.
depends on what it is.
And it's my mood. Yeah.
Hmm. Yep.
And it's an easy. I can tell if I really like music, I'm in a good mood. And if I
Hmm.
don't like any music, I know that I'm not depressed, but I'm close to. I'm getting there. I'm down in my moods. I need to watch myself and yeah,
Yep.
when I don't enjoy my favorite music.
Come on, get in there. And
Okay,
make that a
what?
little bit smaller,
Yeah,
so
what
it's
the
a little
heck were I
for
thinking here?
smaller
But I
footprint.
think I'm lost
Um,
my train of thought. A little bit more
let's
road here.
go
There we go.
25. I had to turn my air conditioner on for the first time this year today. My apartment was 84 degrees right before the stream. I'm like,
Hmm.
nope. That's when I get cranky, is when I get too warm.
I'm get cranky when I get too cold, so I compensate for it. So yep.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't when that year we went to Gary Con and it was like 30 degrees and you were like, oh my God, it's so cold out here. And I'm like, no, really, it's not. But that was me.
Yep.
But you were in a very good mood the whole weekend. I was really impressed.
Oh yes, I can go on vacation in cold places, but I still need to be at least superficially miserable every time I'm cold. Outside, I'm okay with cold. Usually, when I'm inside that
Uh,
that's when I get miserable. If I
I
have to
heard
sit
about the
still.
blizzard,
Oh wow.
Justinia. Yes, I understand, Anna. It's just, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about the blizzard and I'm like, oh, thank God I didn't go. I was so over winter by the time it
It
quit that I
was
was like,
we had
oh,
hoarfrost. All the trees and stuff were full of frost and
done.
stuff one morning. So it was beautiful, but cold. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was so over winter by that point. It was just like,
Hmm.
mm-mm, done. Why did you put some of this in block one and some in block two? You bugger. All right, so block one. Hey, I got two pieces into block one where it's supposed to be.
Hmm.
Nice. Come on. Are you here that you started to do all of it? It's not all of it, but at least it's a chunk. All right, so move you to block one.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
um deselect. All right, so if I do block one minimized, I go into block two and highlight everything, that should be the other run of buildings I have. Nope, you're some of this stuff in block. Oh, you bugger. Block one. Move to block one. Nope, you're in block one. Okay. All right. Save, save. So now if I hide block one, I should be able to figure out what I need to move yet. Okay, so get all this. Okay, move to block one. Save. All right, so we'll reveal block one and bring all these things back. All right, so that should be all of block one, which is the new building here.
Hmm.
And if I do the same thing with block two, it should move everything or hide everything in the back. Do, do. Bloop. Yep, it did. All right, so they're at least separated the way I wanted them now. Save. All right, how long have we been streaming tonight?
I have
Hour
I
43.
have no idea. I've just been thinking that I'm making progress and I'm happy. So I'm just
Mhm.
that's the thing. It was like I've done 143. I haven't even thought about what time it is. I'm just yeah.
An hour 43.
Hmm.
All right, so let's go ahead and I'm just going to minimize everything and then I'm going to go look at the asset packs that are available in the marketplace just
Hmm.
for giggles.
Yeah.
I haven't looked to see what the free stuff is this month either. Come on. Free for the month. Oh, I guess I did look. I have them all. Haha. Um, ooh. I am not a fan of low poly stuff. I just can't. It's just
Yeah.
not my idea of fun. Sci-fi troopers, gunshots, building master. Let's see what's on sale for medieval. Actually, let me look at my favorites. I've got a lot of these already. Um, Elvish. Is that one low poly? No, that one is not low poly. Hmm. That might be a possibility to do some Elvish stuff. What do you think,
Uh-huh.
Anna? Does that look
Yeah.
like Elvish buildings for you?
Maybe, but no, I'm not sure. Not particularly Elven, no.
Hmm.
That there, I want some more
A
kind
little
of.
more Elvish than some of them have been.
Oh yeah, but they.
Mm, let's see. Fences and gates, fishing boats, Gothic horror. That's all good for like temples and stuff that are just overgrown and ugh.
Hmm.
But see, look at the price tags, guys. I'm just like, oof. That's really, really steep when you think about some of these prices. It's like, oh my
But
goodness.
it's for game studios and stuff, I guess.
It is, it is, but you know,
Yeah.
if I could create assets fast enough, I wouldn't have a problem, but I can't make them fast enough.
But meaning it's for people that do projects for profit projects, so to
Hmm.
speak. That's I guess
Yep.
that's what they're.
Yeah. Mm, I really like a lot of good, less expensive options. Excellent. I'll have to look on them, Savage. I downloaded a bunch of stuff from Turbo Squid,
Hmm.
a bunch of stuff. But again, I need to go through and make sure the origin points are in a good spot, that they're not insanely high poly that I'd have to use nanite with. And
Hmm.
it just takes so long to go through some of them.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I really do like going on a lot of the free sites and looking at all those. I got like 1,500, I think, total the last time I went down.
Hmm.
But again, time to go through them and figure it all out and make them into what I want is not a fun thing to do sometimes. Lordenfell, Castles and Dungeons. What do we have here? That's way out of my price range, but okay. Eh, it's okay. Decent sized pack, but it should be for $119. It should be a really nice big pack. Medieval. Is this by Decagon? Yeah, Decagon has a lot of good stuff on the
Hmm.
marketplace. That's the company that makes them. Um, they do a ton of medieval stuff, but that's the mega combo pack. Volumes 1 through 11. Holy cow. Um, Not a good list, especially on medieval. Yeah, I think Strahd lives there. Yep. That's something I'd like to do is fully recognize what Castle Ravenloft is someday. That's my ultimate favorite. Um, but again, it's the whole thing of taking a battle mat and making it in Unreal that is a huge, huge set thing.
Hmm.
So, why are you opening? There we go. Okay. Um, but these are all ones I noticed throughout the last 5 years of looking at Unreal that I'm, you know, looking at it for examples and things like that. Medieval Mega Pack with interiors. That's made by Fresh Can. Hmm. Good for villages. So those are online characters. Oh, the new Zelda. I have not looked at that. I'm not a huge fan of Zelda. I never have been. Um, My friend down in Missouri, my best friend down there, just tried his damnedest to get me to play it, and I just no. It was 8-bit at the time though, too. Not an 8-bit fan.
Okay.
Seek a Dynasty.
I'm thinking here down
Well,
by
that's
this I'm going to do a tannery here at this along this stuff here, but it might be.
is that yeah, this is the guy. Decagon. Decagon has the best selection of medieval stuff on the marketplace. Definitely the best one. I'll have to think hard to see which one I'll pick next.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. I could sit here and look all day long. Back to that. Mm, let's see. We'll make a block 3. Oops. Mm, Okay, let's see. What are we gonna make this time? How about we make just a tiny building? Um, let's go with stone. Stone wall. We're gonna rotate.
Yeah, I'm making a tannery here by the little pond here. Or there's, well,
Nice,
yeah. So they
nice.
put them outside the city because they were so smelly and yucky back in
Hmm.
the day. So
Yeah, I had one in my hometown or a town next to my hometown. Boy, oh boy, did that thing smell when they started tanning the hides and curing the
yeah,
hides.
yeah,
Oof.
it's terrible. So that's why they
The
put.
city actually forced them to move out of town
Mm-hmm. Yep.
because they just said that, too many complaints.
So I put them down here, and that's the tan. They should probably have more tan. But on the other hand, I guess they can put them in down by the. Like I put one complex there, and then I'll think about where I put the rest. That's why they put poor people there too, next to the tannery. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, Lee has some
Hmm.
ideas with the Drachenfell bundle if you want to work on Castle Ravenloft in Barovia.
Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Characters. Let's
Yeah,
if you want to go half season on the Dracula bundle, I'm having to work on modeling.
I should
Yeah,
probably save again here.
yeah, maybe we'll. Maybe I'll do that with you because
Mm-hmm.
I've been making it in Blender and it's just not as easy as it looks making it in Blender. Um, but yeah, I'll give it a shot here and see if I can. I'll look at the Drachenfell bundle and see what we can work out. But like I said, it's going to be a while, before I can do anything because of Kobold. But it is like super, super busy. So, hmm yeah, the tanneries did a lot of damage to the ecosystem.
Yep.
Of course, a lot of industry does. It doesn't matter which one it is, really. No, we're gonna move this one down. I want a window. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Mm, mm. Is that the inside or outside? I can't see. Oh, it's identical. Okay. So let's do this. Yeah, between all the props and stuff I downloaded that day, it was like 8.5 hours of cruising through Turbo Squid and all those sites that have the free STLs.
Yeah,
Because a lot of the STLs are nice and detailed, which is nice. It was really easy to work with if you take them into Blender and make them FVXs.
yeah.
But a lot of them don't have the proper material system built up on them either. So it's kind of a pain to get them right.
Okay, here we go.
Hmm.
Let's see here.
Are you getting tired again?
Yeah, I'm getting like what to where to go. I haven't
Brain
detailed.
push.
Yeah, I haven't detailed any of this over here, so I think I'll need to start
Actually,
defining areas. I have way more to detail in this bit here and this bit here, but I'm going to skip that
oh,
for
he
now.
didn't line up his
I'm
bricks.
going to do some tiny little villages with agriculture here and see if I can make them clump together rather than being equally spread out, because this is technically outside the walls, so they
Hmm.
have but they have there's no land way, so but there's a threat that can come, people can come with boats across the river and stuff.
Thank you, How to Pinch Bottom.
Thank you, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Yep. Yep, it's Linda and me. We're working on maps. I'm working on my crit wall map in Photoshop.
We're gonna make it. Hmm.
Okay, so the idea here is to make these the villages and stuff more like a few houses lumped together and then have open fields around it. So now I'm going to see if I can
Damn
build.
weirdo. Thank you.
Oh wow! Thank you, damn weirdo. I'm going to have a few like more like buildings along here the usual way, so to speak. So yeah, new month. Okay, awesome. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to reverse this wall. Um,
Then I'm just gonna
bam.
add a few here. So I'm going to start with buildings at first, and then say that I'm going to have a few of them here. Just have that people tend
Okay,
to
so let's see.
like to live close by each other here. So I don't have buildings too close to here because it's can flood and stuff. So I guess, and also they want to probably not. We'll see. I'm going back and
Yep.
forth. I'm not done yet. So they lump together in
No,
areas, but
I
it's
want 3.2,
and some of them
3.3,
definitely want to
3.3.
live close to the roads. Everyone who has some sort of little establishment or sells something, they probably want to stay close to. And he's like living close to subway or the train route or the freeway or something in today's world. So they want to. There we go.
Actually, no, let's go back to 1 on both of those. And bring it down and forward.
Skip that bit. There we go.
All right, where's my supports? I lost them. Where'd they go? There they are. Boop, boop, boop. Do, do,
I'm
do.
going to add some
Rotate
buildings here. A little
and go
tiny
up
village there.
and out. I've been tempted to go back and edit Narginstall now that I know how to maximize um, or optimize the textures and stuff a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if I have the wherewithal to do it. It's a lot of work, but
Yeah.
it might be worth it in the long run, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a lot of work to go back and optimize every asset I've used in there. Um, because sadly it didn't go any further than me doing a Christmas present for Wolfgang. So it's just like, they're so wrapped up in Tales of the Valiant right now that they're not
I can totally
paying
get
any
that.
attention to much of else of anything right now.
Yeah, I can totally get that if that
Oh
they.
yeah, me too. I'm not, mad about anything.
I
It was
mean,
just a
meaning I'm just trying to
basically.
make my own little house rules, and that is preoccupying me like crazy, and to do a whole game system and publishing it and stuff. So yeah.
Well, that and they have, Kickstarters are fulfilling, and oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they keep up with it.
But
I think I'd go
they're
bonkers.
more employees and a bigger company now than they were some years ago. Hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That they are. Yep.
Yeah. So now I'm actually going to make
Um,
some little roads here while I'm at it.
this is going to be like a filler building that I can stick in somewhere.
Yep. So I'm going to
Um,
add a little. Let me add a little place in the middle here where they can actually have a kind of a little common place here. We have a little we're going over
and we
there.
need a window up
Then we can have
here.
one little bit going up to here and one going out here to fields and stuff. So, and one little stump going out that way. Okay, there we go. And now we're at 2 hours, so let's go another 10-15 minutes. We compensate for not being that
Sure.
early. Yep.
We'll put a square on the
Mm-hmm.
building or on the
Yep.
back of the building because it's a poorer side of the town.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was surprised by how many people don't get it when I say I'm playing with my adult Legos. And they're
Well,
like, "What?"
Unreal is kind of like adult Lego. Yeah.
It is if you work with asset packs. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
100% like
Yeah.
adult Legos.
But you can
Um,
virtually build absolutely anything you like, so to speak. So yeah.
mhm, that you can. That's yeah, let's build a building with that kind of roof. Nope, wrong roof. How would we go this one?
Yeah. And since this is
Yeah.
Critwall, I assume that most of the little farmhouses in here are actually owned and lived in or rented or something by soldiers in the Shieldlands. Most of these are given to reservists and people that do military service and stuff. They
Rop copter going mad like windshot. Yep.
yep.
Yay, more subscriber friends is right.
Yep.
I will honestly say I really enjoy, this Friday night stream. I actually look forward to it. It's like Monday, I'm like, I wonder if I should text Anna and see if she's doing a stream Friday. Wonder if I should text Anna. It's like, oh, I should give her a little time. Jeez.
Yeah, but I like this too. It's so
Oh,
good because it gives me
also gives me a reason to turn the frickin' roof the right way.
yeah.
Jeez Louise. And that looks kind of out of place. Do we have one without the wattle and daub? I don't think I do.
Yeah, I'm just working with the
Or extruded middle.
buildings
Okay,
themselves
that's the
and
arch.
yeah.
I need one of those. That's little teeny tiny. Why?
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Where's the other one? Which one did I just do? Top roof 1 meter.
Well, that's the wrong spot to
Rooftop
have
for
it.
extruded floor 1 meter. Get over here, not over there. Mm-mm-mm. Okay, that's not gonna work. Let's just do this. One thing I noticed, a lot of the people forget to put in their packs are chimneys. I mean, almost
Okay.
every one of these packs that I've downloaded or used, including the one I did with
They live
Nargastol,
in California or Florida or something that does it, and
evidently
it's so
because
warm that they never realize you need a chimney. Yeah, to
yeah, they
stay
never
warm.
think about it, evidently, because it's like,
Yeah, they must live in hot climates, so therefore they kind of realize that what the heck, we don't need that.
yeah, because it's like, how would they cook otherwise, if
Yeah.
they don't have
Mm-hmm.
that thing?
Yeah.
Um, that looks silly that way. Let's bring that back. Um, Goofball, you did that for a reason. Arg, I wanted to do that. Is what I was going to do. Hey Anna, what do you do generate the edge of your forests? I use difference clouds and threshold effects. Then I go back and draw in the outlier copses and clusters by hand.
These are just yeah, that's a good question. They are actually a bunch of layers. So if we go in, I turn off the evergreen. So we take one here. So what I do is that part of it is just for me to get it to look good in Photoshop while I'm working on it. So I have, when I'm actually exporting it, I'm taking off the effect. So it's actually just like this. And this is the colors I'm actually painting in, and I'm using a hard mask, not a lot of fuzziness. And the reason for that is I bring it into World Machine and then I generate bumps in the terrain and give them stiff colors, so to speak, in World Machine. And blurry things don't become spiky trees or blubby. They become fuzzy, too fuzzy. So I use hard pencils rather than brush. And then in order for it to look good in Photoshop, I put a bevel and emboss and a drop shadow just so I can see what I'm painting in, because this looks more like the final result from World Machine. And then I also have each of these layers. So if we take a look at these trees here are actually made up of, first I have the color layer. So here is the color layer, and then I tweak the colors of the layer, of that color layer, and then I add some more texture to it with a brown or a gray texture like this that I'm using overlay. That way the colors under it shines through, so it becomes just a when it comes, but this is just for visuals in Photoshop. So I actually turn this off and just export the mask into World Machine, and then do some I do the fractal building and make fractal trees in World Machine and then export it out. with the texture. So this is just to generate the masks and to make it look good so I can see what I'm actually working on in Photoshop. So yeah, there we go. I use World Machine for the trees, but I want to have a separate texture just in case I want to take the basic texture into like something like Unreal and Linda working on it. Then I want to have a version without, so she can put virtual trees in there.
Hmm.
So there's like a texture version with trees and one without, and a height map with trees and a height map without.
I'm kind of chomping at the bit to get a hold of that because
Mm,
I have that new um, uh, landscape texture I want to play with.
okay. Yep. I'm going to do a few more houses here, and then I think it's time to call it in like 15-20 minutes or something.
Okay.
But I need to hang on a second. I need to first get the forest done. There we have the roads.
Hmm.
People are lazy, so they make up roads going in every conceivable direction here. There we go.
Okay, that's down a little too far.
There we go.
Choo, 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 choo.
So now I need to make a few more buildings here. Have a little village there. A couple of more buildings. I'm going to make some fence in land and stuff around it too afterwards. I just there we go. Going to give these people some little trail here. They're lazy, so they go out that way. Then I'm going to give these a tiny little through the trees here. There we go. Okay. Oh, I have some more water to fill in here. Doesn't look that good, so I'm going to touch that up. There we go.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, I need a door. What I want to do is take all of these texture packs and asset packs and stuff I have and make them into one master library that I can just fire up that library and just keep building and building and building
Yeah.
and have just different folders like for assets and props and one for foods and all that stuff. I want to take all of them and make it into a nice big library that I can work with every time
Yeah.
instead of having to load 50 different packs and, it'll be a lot less stress on my computer by having it all in one library.
Yep.
Ugh, there we go. All right, 2 buildings completed. Bam. And then I want to reduce the width of this. Is that the way? Yes, that is the way. 15. We'll do 10. 8. There we go. We'll put it that small. Save. And save all. Okay, I
Mm-hmm.
think I've had enough for tonight. What about you, Anna?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think so too. So I'm going
And
to
all of
save.
this texture
Yep.
fighting here will go away once I rebuild lighting. So, but I'm not going to do that until I get the city mostly laid out.
Lee, that's an interesting idea. Like font suitcase. I never heard of font suitcase, but it
Right,
sounds
unload stuff when you're not
interesting.
using for a project, and then exactly, exactly. That would be a fantastic thing for Unreal because, even if I do build my master library, I have to have, all of that stuff in the project until I finish, and then I have to clean it all out what I don't use. So it's kind of a pain, but at least I'll have my master library that I can migrate assets into my project where I don't have to keep loading pack after pack after pack to try and get all the stuff in there. So that's my main goal is to have it so it's my asset library. So I know everything's been cleaned up and set up right and all that stuff. So that
Oh,
would be my ultimate goal for it. All right.
font suitcase. Is that some Apple stuff or I guess yeah.
Well,
I don't know what it.
I
Yeah.
I'll just show you guys. I have, come on, open that.
Hmm.
Thank you. And oops, crucial. I have where's my new stuff? I just downloaded. Modular pieces map. I went too far. Download it. Oops, wrong one. 3D models. All of these are different styles of uh, assets that I already have that I've downloaded from different places. And they have a little bit of everything in them.
Hmm.
So I have to go through, and some of these are like thousands of files in them that I want to go through and figure it out. Like this one is an adventurer's camp, but it has a firewood log. If I show you this, it's like that. I want to take that and make it into a fully realized um, asset, but it's just time that is going to take time to do. So, fonts, clients, projects, like loading them. Yep, I get you 100% with fonts and things. I run into that with Kobold. Um, just a quick idea of what all the stuff I have for Kobold. Their file is 158 gig or 63 gigabytes is still counting.
Yeah.
173 gigabytes, and I've been doing their stuff for 3 years. I know there's a lot of doubles in there, but still, it's just, lots and lots of stuff that it's just like, oof. You like the asset, yes. A lot of those are STLs that I got from Turbo Squid. And I forget if I was on another site or not, but I think it was either Turbo Squid or I got it from just a general STL search. And then I just downloaded the files and went to town. I think I was 8.5 hours looking at models that day.
Hmm.
I didn't know what to do with myself, so I just started going through and saving things. And, I have thousands, thousands and thousands of things.
Yeah.
So, um, and whoops, that's all downloaded stuff. All of these are different models that I have to go through and clean up. I even have Warhammer stuff in here, sci-fi and Star Wars, all the stuff that I want to do some way. But there's all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff that are actually the D&D models that have been released Creative Commons.
Oh,
So,
cool. Is
you
that
know,
monster?
this is an Aarakocra
Yeah.
player character.
Hmm. Cool.
So, this is off Shapeways, is where all
Yeah.
these are
Hmm.
from. Um, but yeah, you can get all these, but they're all like white. There's no texture patterns to go with them.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to do is take them and make it into
That's like
the full
virtual
full color.
miniature painting. Yep. Hmm.
Yep, virtual miniature painting.
Yep.
Hmm. So this would be one I would love to do. Tiamat.
You, yeah. Can you can do then paintbrush or something? So or
I could, yeah.
photo even Photoshop, I guess.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Photoshop. And there's actually a program on iPad that I can take these into iPad and
Ah.
paint right on the model
Hmm.
itself, and it makes a pattern for it.
Yeah.
but I can do it in Substance Painter and
Yeah,
stuff too.
that's what I
So,
would try. Yeah, I try to do
hmm
3D modeling and painting in VR, and I got
hmm
VR sickness after like
I
half an
remember you
hour.
telling me about
Yep,
that.
and
Yep.
I do flight simming for hours, no problem. Never had VR sickness whatsoever, and half an hour in a paint program, and I'm getting queasy. So that's the
Oops,
thing.
that's not what I wanted.
Yep. Okay.
And
So anything you? Oh, sorry. Yeah, didn't
oh,
mean to
I'm
interrupt
just
you. Yeah.
going through different things because I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember what they are. But
Yeah, cool.
um,
So, anything we should shout out before we end today's stream?
thank you, How to Pinch Bottom. I would probably love to do a job like that, but
Oh,
I would never make
yes.
it to their standards because I make it to my own standards.
Well,
So,
you never know.
I mean,
That might
it would
be a
be
yeah. Mm-hmm.
it would be cool. It
Yeah.
would definitely be a cool
Yeah.
job to have
That might
because
be.
I love
Mm-hmm.
3D.
Yep.
So, um, but thank you, Troy, if you're still in here. Um, it was amazing that you allowed me to buy another asset pack. I will
Yep.
tell you next week which one I buy.
Awesome.
Um,
Thank you. Yep.
and yeah, I'll keep building. You
Mm-hmm.
guys keep watching. I'll keep building.
Yep.
So,
And I think we have a Gabin on Sunday, and I forgot again what the topic was, but it's the
hmm
usual time and stuff. So yep. So
hmm
we will be back. Yeah, Legends and Lore Wednesday, and then another mapping live stream on Friday again next week, hopefully. And
hmm
then yeah, and then it will be yeah. So that's
hmm
the forecast, so to speak. So and I have more stuff coming, and the crit wall will be coming for and a deep dive into crit wall for my patrons and stuff. So coming soon. Okay,
Savage wants another night a week that we do a stream like this.
okay, then we have to figure out which night might work. So yep,
Ugh.
we should
Okay.
seriously think when I get back from Sweden and Europe, we should definitely
Mhm.
start doing it twice a week. Yep, I
Yep.
think that's a good
Yep.
idea. Yep,
And I will get a Patreon set up, guys. I
hmm
just haven't had the time, you
yep,
know, between trying to stay chill and everything else. It's just like blah.
hmm
So, hey, now we're not supposed to be encouraging you to work. You're supposed to be encouraging us to work, Savage.
yep. Oh, cool,
Okay.
awesome. Okay, good night,
All right.
everyone. Have a wonderful weekend, and
Yep.
I'll see you Sunday on Gabin, and see you guys next week.
hmm See you guys later.